ongoing thing.
Hello everyone, welcome to Jobless Developer. So far, we have created a new folder, new directory, we learned how to create a new HTML file, and now we'll see how to display the output of this HTML file. There is an option, an inbuilt feature that is given by or provided by the web storm. There are two ways in which you can access this feature. One, just by right clicking, and there is an option called open in browser, and you can select which browser you want to open your output as. Or else there is a tray, a list of collection of browsers, and you can select which browser you want to execute in. For instance, for now I would like to open my HTML file in the Google Chrome. Let me click on Google Chrome and you can see a plain document has been displayed. You might be wondering why is it a plain document? You said there will be an output displaying over there. But as we discussed in the earlier videos, that the information that has been provided within the body section will be displayed onto the website. But here it is nothing but the empty thing. As there is no information within this body braces, there will be no information that will be provided on the website. And you might be having one more doubt regarding the tags. You might be having such as, Sid, you have explained all the things regarding the document type, HTML head, and meta along with its attributes. Then what is this title tag? All the information that you provide within this open and closing tag of the title between this thing will be displayed over here. For example, if I want my title tag to be jobless developer, let me save it by pressing Ctrl S or Command S if it is Mac and go over there and look on the browser. You might be wondering why the title tag has not been displayed over there. The reason being said, every time you refresh your or if every time you save your application, you save your HTML page, you should refresh your browser because your browser doesn't know you have performed any saved operations in the code. So once you refresh it, you can see that jobless developer has been displayed. Now that you understood what title tag is, we will try to display something on the screen. So let's try writing hello world for now. So something like let's for me hello world is like a program that is telling to its respective language that hello, I'm entering into your world. From now on, please help me to understand you in a better way so that I could use your and develop a better applications. So let's save the application, save our website over here and refresh it. And there you see the hello world has been displayed. So far we have learned how to create a directory, how to create a HTML file and how to execute the HTML file. Now let's explore few HTML tags. Before we jump onto the coding part, let's explore a HTML website and then let's see what all tags are being used in that website. So let's consider a website which just uses the HTML tags itself. With the minimalistic types, that website is nothing but the Wikipedia. So let's go to the wikipedia.org. In Wikipedia, let's search for a content such as website. Once we search for the website, unleash your inner Sherlock once again and try to figure out what all contents are there in this website. The thing you can find at the first is there is a heading tag that has been displayed. Don't worry about the tags. Let's go in the layman way. We can see there's a heading displayed over here and there is some paragraphs displaying what it is, and you can see that this heading is a bit smaller in size compared to the first heading, and we can see few images along with a box which acts like a search and so on. We can see links, we can see colors such as gray, white, blue and black. These are bold in font compared to the others. That's a great thing you have discovered these many things so far. The first thing when you look at this thing, this website, you might be wondering that, Sid, you said that Every element that has been displayed on the website will have its own tag, but you can see there are two different headings. But these headings come under a section called heading. So if I mention them in the form of a heading, why does these two things have different size? That's a great question to be asked though. You might be wondering, the first thing is the heading tags are displayed using a heading tag, a closing and opening and closing tags of heading. That's great that you have figured out this thing so far. But in HTML terminology, what happened was developers didn't want to create with the heading tag the whole name. So instead, they created a tag with a H. So how does the browser know what size to be displayed? So this was the first challenging thing, and based on this one, developers had created tags with respect to the numbers. One being displaying the highest font size of the heading tag to 6 being the least font size of the heading tag. So, and you might be wondering, the next thing is how to implement this into the heading tags. If you want to display a heading with a bigger font, then you need to go with H1 and close the H1. The next thing you need to ask about is what we need to be displayed. There comes two terminologies such as what content is and what attribute is. In first few videos we learned what attribute is. If we are trying to take a pen into consideration and try to display the attribute of a pen, such as pen is in blue in color, or pen is having a blue cap, or the size of pen, the shape of pen, and so on. These comes under the attributes, and the content is will be nothing but what pen it is. If it is the name, then I will display that as an attribute. I'll say that my, for example, I take my XYZ pen is blue in color. So the content, whatever is there, will be displayed within the open and closing tags. If I say my pen name is XYZ, then the content will be displayed between these two things. Whereas if I say it's having a color, its body is having a color of blue, that comes under attributes. Now that you have understood the difference between what content is and what attribute is, let's try to display a heading tag onto the website. Let's open our web storm, and in the same old file, we'll create a h1 tag. Once I close this one, you can see it auto completes it. There is an inbuilt feature provided by WebStorm that once you have created an open tag, it will automatically create a closing tag for us for that element if it is a proper element. If it is not an element, then it will be a bit tough to display the output. And I want to display a content onto the website. For now, let's assume my content to be the jobless developer itself. Let's save the file and let's open in the browser. We can see a font with bigger heading, bigger font has been displayed. Now, I want to introduce you guys with the second best feature that will be provided by the WebStorm, which is if you want to display an element, if I want to display H2, then I'll say H2 and then click on tab button. Once I click on tab button, it will complete everything for me. I'll explain once again, but you should also remember one thing before you do this. If you write H2 and give a space and then give a tab, it doesn't work. Only with the element, and if you press a tab button, then only this will work. Now I want to display the same text. History tab, H4 tab. It's faster, right? Now that I have created all the tags from 1 to 6, let's see why H7 has not been introduced into the HTML concepts. Let's open here and we need to refresh the browser as we have seen in the previous video. Once we have seen, the H6 font is very small. It is even smaller compared to a basic paragraph tags. See, you can see a basic paragraph of length bigger compared to what it is over there. That is the reason being said H7 has not been introduced. Now that we have understood what this is, what HTML tags are, and one of the tags in HTML we learned so far is a heading tag. Now that we got to know what different types of headings, how to display the different types of headings, we will try to look at the other possible tags. Let's in next video we will look at the next tag which we have spot on the website, which is nothing but the paragraphs. There are good paragraphs displayed over there. So let's try to display paragraph tags and then we'll keep on going with the complexity. Thanks for watching today's video guys.